Mr. Praveen,
Now record has been started.
please, Mr. Praveen, please share your screen.
Dheeraj.
Mr. Praveen,
Dheeraj,
remaining participants from here, please. Only one person should respond, right?
please screenshot, sir. Prakash,
Yes.
sir, please screenshot.
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
Sir, please see this. All of you, once when new person is came, then screenshot like this, post in the group.
Okay, Professor, sir, we will do it.
Okay, this kind of things.
Not an issue, we will do it, sir. Not a
Okay.
problem.
Sure.
Yes, Mr. Praveen, please start your session.
You have 10 minutes only.
Sir,
Mr. Praveen,
yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
yes, you are audible. You please
Yeah,
finish your
you are
session
audible.
within 10 minutes.
Finish your session. Can I start, sir?
Yes,
Moment.
but
Please,
sir, one thing.
remaining
There
participants,
is one
please
thing.
stay calm.
There is one thing.
Mr. Praveen,
Editing. Enable
Sir.
editing.
remaining participants are request, please calm.
Yes. Enable editing.
Mr. Praveen, how many authors
Sir.
for this paper?
Sir, there are 4 authors, sir. One is our professor and 3 of us are students.
Could you please name them?
Sir, one is Nagar.
All are joined.
Sir, one is One is Nagaraju and the other one is Dheeraj.
Okay, you three are going to give presentation, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Anyone of you please share your screen and start the presentation.
Yes, sir. Dheeraj will share the screen, sir.
Okay.
It is second international conference or third international conference?
You better to change it, right? This one is the third international conference.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Change and share that screen in the group.
Okay, sir.
Right. Go ahead.
Can I start, sir? Can I start one?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
you
are
can,
asking
you can.
to start.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Praveen, one of the authors, and here are my co-authors Nagaraju and Dheeraj, who are also in the meet. We are from Srinidhi Institute of Science.
Praveen, one thing.
Sir, sir.
Please share screen. Please share screen. Like
Yeah.
full screen, slideshow, full screen. Go to
Sir, I'm
slideshow.
unable to do that. Like if I do
Go
full
to
screen,
slideshow.
Okay, sir. Okay. Dheeraj, please share.
RF5.
okay, just give me a second.
There is please change. Everything is recorded. Please change third international. Do it now. This is not in a conference. This is an international conference.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Little bit you don't know have anything. Just verify or not.
Sorry, just
Are you sealing this?
No, sir. Sorry.
Please check it. Again, second. Please return third international conference.
Sir, I am unable to read it. Like the option got locked out. So
Not locked down. Please check it. Then come to another day, another way. Go and check it. Next participation, please come.
Sir, I'm leaving. Sir, I got a call. I'm leaving. You please carry on. I'll join within 2 minutes, right? Within 10 minutes.
Okay. Please go to another. Please call another participations. Please check it. Are you Mir Vijay Lakshmi Madam students?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is this nonsense?
Sorry, sir. According to the presentation
What
Form-
according to the presentation? Do you
format,
know third international conference? Where is the third international conference?
sorry, sir. We'll come in a minute, sir. Let the other ones be.
What is the nonsense going here?
Sorry, sir.
This is second international conference is bigger mistake, blunder mistake. Carpet issues also came.
Okay, okay. Could you change that second one into third international conference, please?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah,
Like,
no worries.
this-
Take your own
Then
time.
leave
No
it.
worries.
Then you come again. The next
No worries. Take
call,
your own
call
time.
another
Okay.
one.
Okay, sir. We'll come in a minute.
edit
Yeah,
the
yeah.
option.
Come
I
in
will call
2
you,
minutes. Okay.
madam, and inform to you about you.
Sir,
This
sorry,
is,
sir.
this is very silly thing. Already spoke to your madam afternoon onwards. They request me again. What is this nonsense?
Okay,
Carpet issues
okay.
again.
Okay, Bosu sir. Guys, you go back and change
Please
that
go back and
third
read it.
international conference. Okay.
Okay,
Not an issue. Okay. Don't be
Here,
in panic.
one more thing. Title also not visible. This is not a this is conference, na. This is not a PPT program. Please make it according to the template. Not doing your own way. Do you follow it as per norms? What is the going on here? What is the nonsense going on here?
Sorry, sir. We'll come in a minute. Then sorry, sir.
According to the template, do it. Otherwise, leave it. No issue.
Okay, you can come later. You can leave and next batch will be arriving.
Again,
Okay.
leave it.
Change that font
Change according
size
to the
and
contract
make it
template
clear
and
your
come
title.
again.
Okay, sir.
thank you.
What next, sir? Next participations.
सामने भी hello.
Next
Yes, sir.
participation. Please share your screen along with your
Can you
authors.
say your paper ID?
Paper ID 009.
00.
Where is
Okay, how many
Nine.
authors are there?
How many authors are there?
2 authors.
Where is that second one?
Here, yes, sir.
Then open your cams.
Share your PPT.
Open your cams initially.
One second.
Okay. Yeah.
Bala
Yeah. Show your PPTs.
Yeah, sir. I will share my screen.
Okay. You can.
You have 10 minutes. Don't do it. Don't do delay.
Yes, sir.
Control F5.
Sir, is my
F5.
PPT visible?
F5.
Sir?
F5. You are ITM student.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I am
sir.
also ITM student. Alumni of ITM student.
Okay, sir.
What is 09? What is 09? ICMLB 23. What is 09?
Paper ID. Title name. Paper ID.
Paper ID is 09.
Yes,
Not in
09.
ICMLB 23.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Enable editing. Go option there.
Yes,
And
sir.
go to slideshow. Then open from beginning onwards.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Then click on hide. Then
Yes.
then start our PPT. You have
Yeah,
enough
okay.
time. Sharply 10 minutes.
Okay, sir. Yeah, okay, sir. Good evening, sir. I am Samanvi. I am from Aditya Institute of Technology and Management. And our article name and
Anjaneyal sir.
yes.
Okay, okay, done.
Our guide is Anjaneyal. Shall I continue, sir?
Yes. Do it.
Yeah, okay, sir. Our article title name is Image Selection for Graphical Password Authentication. When coming to the abstract of our article, one of the most important topics in the information security today is the user authentication. User authentication is the main fundamental component in the computer security context. Generally, user authentication is the main important thing for which every user wants to do when he log in into any app or when he use any application. There are many traditional user authentication approaches, but the graphical password is the one promising alternative, where the graphical password authentication provides the secure and user friendly authentication. The traditional textual password authentication is also there, but traditional authentication password, there is a chance for the vulnerable attacks. When coming to the introduction, there are many authentication based mechanisms. First one is the token based authentication. Token based authentication means when the user log in into a website, the server generates a token for the user. There is some expiry time for the token. The user can perform his actions within the expiry time of the token, and by using the token, the server access that whether the user is the authenticate user or not. When coming to the biometric based authentication, the user uses his personal traits like fingerprint authentication and voice analysis like retina scanning, etc. By using those, it is called biometric based authentication. The knowledge based authentication is divided into two types: text based passwords and graphical passwords. When we use the larger or smaller text as our password, it is called the text based password. When we use an image or any pattern like password, it is called as graphical password. Graphical password is the alternative solution for the text based, and also we can use graphical password in conjunction with the textual based passwords to improve the more security.
When coming to the objective, the main objective of this article, the passwords which are trying to make more memorable and easier to use and efficient. So we want to propose to provide the system which gives strong authentication and to the users, and the passwords which are more memorable. When coming to the existing system, in the existing system uses the different mechanisms such as captcha, textual passwords, fingerprints, voice analysis, hand geometry, like that. And captcha test is used to identify whether the human human or not. And alphanumeric passwords and patterns are hard to remember, and which are authenticated easily by anyone by using captcha and alphanumeric passwords. And also devices required for the some of the mechanisms like fingerprints, hand geometry, voice analysis mechanism. So we want to propose the better security mechanism than the existing system is graphical password. So we want to propose this about this article is, first we need to register the authentication system. We need to enter the valid email ID address, email address, and also required details. And after need to choose the sequence of images among the lots of images. And after the registration, while logging into the system, we need to choose the same sequence of images, and the images are in the jumbled order while logging into the system. If you choose the correct sequence of the image, the login sequence is successful, or otherwise it fails. If the password is forgot, so we need to click on the forgot password, and the Gmail sends the registered mail ID and reset the password.
When coming to the proposed system, in the proposed system, we propose that if the user want into an application or anything, the user first want to log in into the system, and the user should select the images from the already predefined images in the system. So, like sir, this is showed in this result, sir. In this sign in page, there are already so many images. If the user wants to set the password, he should select some image in the as his password. uh, and again, if he log in into the system, he should select the same image where he selected at the registration time. Then if he selected the same image at the registration time, uh, he can log in into the system, otherwise he could not log in into the system. Why this graphical password? Why this graphical password means, humans are more memorable at remembering the pictures other than passwords. Once they see means they can, the image of the image is recognized in his brain, and second time he can easily remember that image. That's why these graphical passwords are more secure than other traditional based mechanisms. Here is the comparison table with graphical password. There are many mechanisms. For the textual passwords, the reliability is high, but there is no any the requirement of any other device. But for the fingerprint identification, we require a device called fingerprint scanner. The reliability is high, but here we require a device called fingerprint scanner. Like for face recognition also, we require the other device called camera. For hand geometry also, we require scanner. For voice analysis and for signature recognition also, we require the microphone and touch panel respectively. For these mechanisms, the reliability and security is high, but another requirement of device should cost something. That's why for the graphical password, it didn't cost anything. That's why this is the most better mechanism for the user authentication.
When coming to importance of the authentication system, the system is user friendly and has to simple to use to any one of the users, and also attractive to the users. And the graphical passwords use the pictures instead of textual passwords are partially motivated to fact that remember the pictures and more easily than the string of characters, and also provides us strong security than the bot attacks. And also we can propose the when coming to the application, we can use the proposed system used for the web applications and real-time applications in the mobile, such as banking applications and social media.
These are the results, sir. And we take the references from these references. Thank you, sir. From our side, it is
Yeah, show me your title.
oops.
Can
Image
you please show me
selection
your
for,
title?
yes, sir. This is image selection for graphical password authentication.
What is advantages of normal test password and graphical password?
So when coming to advantages means textual passwords, any users can easily and any attackers can easily guess. He can easily guess the textual password. If the textual password is long means the old users cannot remember that more textual password. But if the graphical password means from the child users to from the old users, they can easily remember the pictures. That is the advantage.
What type of algorithms are you using?
Sir, here
There is no
for the front
One
end,
thing, what is digital signature?
sir,
What is digital signature?
digital signature means we use like it's like captcha, sir.
What is digital signature? How the digital signature capability utilizing this operation.
Sir, I didn't understand your question, so please once.
How
One
to
second.
digital signature utilized
One
in this.
second, 1 second. 1 second. Dheeraj, can you go out? Can you leave the room? Dheeraj. Yeah, you
Are you
continue.
understand my question? How to utilize digital signature in your system?
How to utilize digital signature?
Digital signature.
No, I didn't get my answers.
What is digital signature? At least, what is authentication? To provide the your proposed mechanism.
Authentication, graphical password authentication, sir. Graphical password means if we use image as our image or any pattern for our password, it is the graphical password, sir. Graphical password authentication will
What is
provide.
the compare to between real CAPTCHA and your proposed mechanism?
Sir,
Real captcha is used as and also used by any of the users, sir, and also guessed by any of the users.
No,
And
it is also providing security, na?
So, but
Security
captcha
reason
is
it is the
identify
traditional
whether the bot
mechanism,
or a
sir.
human, sir. Captcha.
It doesn't provide security, sir. Anybody can see that captcha and enter in the
And
next
identify
line.
human or a bot, sir.
What is the proposed system mechanism to the importance compared to other one?
The proposed mechanism doesn't require any device, sir. But in any screen, like in mobile and in desktop, in any screen we can use that, sir.
How to which kind of software you used?
Python, sir.
Show me like that real time application. How they can write, how they can implement, how they can show your result oriented operation.
Yeah, sir. 1 second, sir. I will. Sir, this is the main page, sir. If the user is not registered user, means he will sign up into this space. He will enter some username. Like he will enter his email. Will enter some password, and from the predefined images he select any maximum 5 images, sir. He select 1 image and 2 images or any 3 images, maximum 5 up to 5 images, sir. If he select this image and submit,
Someone that mail is registered already.
Go to login, sign in, open sign in.
yes, sir. Here you can type the username, sir. Yes. If he select the image which is already registered image, then it allows the user to enter into that website, sir, that application. If it shows this, if it is not the registered user, means it doesn't allow the user to log in.
Password and not authentication. This is image-based authentication like this, I think. If you know password like image, then you can easily open like the system.
Sir, but if we use the image for the password, then it's called graphical password. That's why
Then
we
why
put
you need create a password? Directly username and password is your image. Then it will be easy to access the.
that's me. If we concept the textual password and graphical, then this image means it gives
Then use
more.
anyone. Then use anyone. Why you are using both?
It gives more
You
security.
are providing a graphical user. So what is
Sir.
the graphical user in the content? What is the graphical user? That means you are providing only text or image. That means what is the graphics utilized in the password provide production?
If we use image means that's called graphical password.
What is the graphical password? Exactly. Tell me what is the graphical password?
If we use image,
You are providing only matching the image. Okay. You are providing the matching the images. Then once the matching you like providing a pattern mapping mechanism. Pattern matching.
okay,
Understood?
yes.
Okay, sir.
Then you are already providing some pre-existing data sets. Then
Yes,
it's mapping the username along with password and
yes, sir.
along with text. If any up to 5 images, which one they are replacing, which one they are choosing, then automatically mapping, then open the record. This is your project.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then in the way you are choosing only image, na? What is the
Yes.
graphics? What is the graphics utilized? The term you be used, na? What is the graphics?
We will
Your
share.
thought is good. Thought is good. Your
Okay,
project
sir.
also too good. Implementation also too good. What is the graphical password means? Graphical password means you are providing only image authentication, providing
Yes, sir.
not any graphical.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next time come with a good project, okay? Good
Okay, sir.
presentation.
Good work. Good work.
Yeah, good work.
Extraordinary work. Congratulations.
Thank you. Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Even you may leave now.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Good work. Congratulations also.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
అన్నా 10 minutes లో అవగొట్టాలి.
నేను మాట్లాడండి నెక్స్ట్ మీరు మాట్లాడుకోండి. నేను వేరే వర్క్ ఉన్నాను. మిగతా వాళ్ళు నాతో మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. సరేనా? మీ ఇద్దరు చేయండి,
సరే.
వింటాను నేను.
నాగరాజు,
Yes, sir.
are you belongs to which library?
201, sir.
Not one. I mean, a few minutes back you have come, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My
Yeah,
teammates.
okay. Yeah, okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
You have changed the things?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My group
Yeah,
members
okay.
are.
Please change. Yeah, please share your PPT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
be sharing it in 1 minute.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
No issue. Please share your screen. Patnaik sir, are they audible?
Dheeraj, share the screen. I'll inform him, sir. Give me a minute.
Okay, okay.
There is already you killing the time. Okay. Many QRs are there. Please make it fast. Please share your screen, please.
Sir, I will share the screen, sir. Okay, he's
Yes. It is good now. Enabling. Click enabling option. This is not practical time, na. Before going to the presentation, you must verify your system also.
yes, sir. But he had some issue right now.
What issue now right now?
Dheeraj, I will share the screen. You leave it.
Click enabling. Start screen share. Start. Yes. Screen
Okay.
share, please.
Leave it. I will share. Dheeraj, wait, I will share. Sir, is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, Amma. Then,
Now, sir?
yes. Good. Please wait.
Okay.
Please click on hide.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Please wait. Then go.
Should we start? Sir?
Yes.
Okay. Praveen, start.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey. Why are you changing the font? Big data font? Big data, anything is font? Why are you changing like this?
Like actually he did it, sir. In my system, it is automatically changed, sir. Actually, we have done the PPT in the Dheeraj's laptop, sir. When I opened it in my laptop, I opened it in WPS officer, so the fonts will be changing based on the device.
Okay. But Springer is not allowed, na? This is the main thing.
Yes, sir. But
You guys are MTech or BTech?
BTech, sir.
Okay. Chalta. Okay, fine. But you should not be like this, okay?
Yeah, sir. But actually, we thought of presenting from his laptop, so
No. These are the silly excuses, okay?
yes, sir.
Don't do this
Before going
again.
to the presentation, you should verify your PPT once, thrice, twice, too many times. This is not a playground, na? This is not a practical
sir.
ground.
Yes, sir.
You are presenting paper in research paper in international conference in
Yes.
NIT, not ordinary college.
Yes, sir.
Think mind yourself.
Sorry
Go
for
on.
the inconvenience.
Can we go on?
Yes.
Please start.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Praveen, one of us, and here are Arunachal and the co-authors. We are from Sri Institute of Science and Technology, Hyderabad. So now I'm going to explain briefly about the risk analysis of COVID-19 patients' mortality rate in emergency wards with a machine learning perspective. Firstly, I'd like to thank our guide lecturer, Professor of IT, Lakshmi, for insight. Now, coming into the topic, Nagaraju first, please.
Yes, sir. Good evening to the panel, and this is Nagaraju, and I'll move on with my introduction. So basically, in this topic, we have used various algorithms. First, I will be introducing the algorithm we have used, and we'll be moving into the problem use case. So we have used various algorithms such as random forest, decision tree, linear regression, gradient boosting, and elastic CVA. So, on applying all these algorithms to our model, we classified the best model and we have drawn the graph. So, coming to our proposed system. So, in this proposed study, I mean, we we initially applied these four machine learning algorithms and across them, I mean, for various processing stages to develop a model to accurately predict the mortality rate of COVID-19 patients and who are suffering from different various conditions, and will basically considering their biological factors to predict the mortality rate. And uh, upon applying the model algorithms, will be predicting the mortality rate of the input. So, and moving on to the I mean, moving on to the description about the algorithms and coming to the random forest. And as we know, it is a supervised machine learning algorithm. It is used in classification and regression problems.
PPT is not changing the slide.
Yeah. Sorry, I have. Sorry, sir. I'm a bit nervous. Sorry for the inconvenience. And moving on to the description about the algorithms. As we know, the random forest supervising machine learning algorithm, which is used to widely in classification and regression problems. And so, and coming to the I will explain it by showing the. Come back to the algorithms later on while showing the classification reports of them. So moving on to our system architecture, uh, firstly we'll be getting the biological factors of the patients. That is our data, and then we'll be pre-processing the data, and a preliminary exploration will be done, wherein we'll be getting we'll be having our CSV file right as an input. So with the CSV file as input, we'll be classifying the biological factor. We'll be training the model based on the previous stored values, and upon them, the data processing will be done. And moving on to the we'll be moving on to the next cross validation, wherein the training, testing, and oversampling will be done. And upon then, we'll be applying our learning algorithms, and we'll be we'll be getting the matrices for all of them, and we'll be having the classification report for each algorithm, wherein we'll be comparing the accuracy of them. And finally, we'll be making the clinical decision making. And from here, Dheeraj will continue.
Naraj, can you go to the algorithms part?
Yeah.
Okay. So in order to achieve our results, we have used few types of algorithms. Based on these algorithms, we get accuracies, and we will apply those algorithms, which will give the best accuracy to our input data. So here, if you see, the algorithms that we have used is random forest, decision trees, and linear regression. So what is a random forest basically? So random forest is nothing but it is an ensemble learning method for classification and performing regression and other tasks that operates on the input data. Okay. And coming to decision tree, a decision tree is nothing but based on the input that we provided, it builds a hierarchical tree, like a root node and a siblings node and a leaf node, and all the results are present in our leaf node. Based on our leaf node, we will determine like what will happen to this particular input data if we provide this particular input like as a parameter. And coming to linear regression, in statistics, linear regression is a linear approach for modeling the relationship between a scalar response on one or more explanatory variables. That is called as linear regression. And Nagaraj, next slide.
Okay.
For the three algorithms, and coming to the next two algorithms that we have used are gradient boosting and elastic net CV. Gradient boosting is a machine learning technique used in regression for classifying the task among others. Like if a person is infected with COVID-19, he is not only infected with single disease, right? He may have sugar, or he may have glucose, or he may have a liver cancer, or anything. We consider all of those, inputs, and using gradient boosting, we are able to differentiate or in order to form a clustering among those. And the last type of algorithm is that we have used is elastic net CV. So what is elastic net CV is nothing but it is a method which will provide humans a method so that we can able to understand what is the output that we are getting. It will provide in a graph way manner. So all these algorithms are used in our input data. So Nagraj, can you move the beauty?
So we'll be
Okay.
finally
So
evaluating the
the
performance.
accuracies that we got on performing all these, all these 5 algorithms on the input data. So if you see, the random forest got 70 point something, and linear regression got 66, and decision tree got 65. Elastic net got 60, and by
Please conclude it back quickly. You
Okay,
have enough
okay.
time.
We'll wind
so
it up
these are the tables that we got. Can you move forward, Nagraj?
for random forest.
Yeah, this is for random forest. Move forward. This is the table that we got, like F1 score and support score for linear regression.
And
And
this
this is for decision tree. Move forward. And this is for elastic net. Move forward.
and this
And so on combining all these algorithms, we are able to determine that voting classifier is the best algorithm that we need to use for any given data in order to determine the result. So now Nagaraj will continue the conclusion part.
So finally, moving on to the conclusion. So we'll be considering the various medical characteristics or the biological factors of the patient, and we'll be classifying the mortality rate according to them. So this can be used to, to come to a conclusion or to provide us an input to various sectors. Like let's consider as a medical sector only. So by taking this by taking the mortality rate as input, we can plan accordingly for the future any disadvantages or future dangers. You can plan according to that. So and coming to the future scope. Coming to the future scope, by using the wording classifier, we can build a model which predict the results in future sector algorithms, so that we can improve accuracy and we can classify it for a more wider range. Thank you, panel.
Thank you.
Thank you for providing us with this opportunity.
Thank you. Good presentation and good project. Due to the time inconvenience, we didn't ask any questions. And please share your PPT in our group. Okay.
Okay, sure, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, keep going and okay. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please
Nice
leave the room.
presentation too. Nice presentation, Praveen.
I'll have later on contact.
రమణ ఎతను ఫార్నర్
ఏంటన్నా?
ఎతను ఫార్నర్.
ఓకే ఓకే.
మన తెలుగుడే.
ఆహా ఓకే ఓకే.
How are you, sir?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are audible, sir. You are audible.
You're audible, sir.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Yeah, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for coming in great conference. We are the 8 very high intellectual, highly talented people like you. You are very much talented, sir. I
Thank
know
you, sir.
you are a frontiers of artificial intelligence. You are you are Telugu people already. We are
Yes, sir.
very proud to be, sir. చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉంది సార్ మీరు మా కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లో రావడం ఇలాగా.
చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ సార్, చాలా థ్యాంక్స్.
మనం ఆల్రెడీ టచ్ లో ఉన్నాం, కానీ అప్కమింగ్ డేస్ లో కూడా మనం సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా రన్ అవుతాం సార్.
తప్పకుండా సార్, తప్పకుండా.
షూర్ సార్. ప్లీజ్ షేర్ యువర్ స్క్రీన్ సార్.
ఓకే సార్. I hope you can see my presentation, sir.
Yeah, not yet, sir, please. Yeah, it's clear, sir.
Is it not
Now it's
showing
clear.
yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
let-
please wait, sir.
Make it a bigger screen, sir.
Okay, okay. So,
Yeah, it's already on screen. Please make it bigger.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made full screen now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Shall I
Yeah.
start, sir?
Could you click on hide?
Okay. Yeah.
Hide,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sir. Now okay.
Yes, sir. I have. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, colleagues. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity to present. So this paper is actually a very basic exploratory review of machine learning and deep learning applications in healthcare management. I had written this paper with my co-author, Dr. New York, Tirana. It is in Albania. So just as an introduction, the paper basically deals with two evolving fields. One of them is healthcare management and artificial intelligence. My co-author is from healthcare management, and I'm basically from computer science. So it was more or less the first interdisciplinary paper. So it is quite, so we thought of starting from scratch. So as you know that in a world where technological advancements are reshaping industries, healthcare also has emerged as a fertile ground for innovation. The amalgamation of healthcare along with machine learning and deep learning is transforming our capabilities. It is allowing us to process vast amounts of data, identify patterns, and make predictions that were previously impossible or impractical. So through this presentation, we were planning to look at some instances where these AI technologies can be used, for example, in diagnosis, in patient care, enhanced operational efficiency, and also to see how this could contribute to strategical decision making. So this was the idea. The research objectives were mainly three. The first research objective was to identify the main applications of ML and DL in healthcare management. We also plan to investigate the potential benefits and challenges associated with the implementation of both ML and DL techniques in healthcare settings. And the third and the last objective was to provide insights into this current state of art and future directions in this rapidly evolving field. So the research methodology we used was basically the one which we normally use for systematic literature reviews. So we started with a systematic search of PubMed, IEEE Explore, Science Direct, and Google Scholar databases, primarily because we had access to these. So we know that there are several other indexes and databases, but this is something we plan to do in the future. And we mainly looked at studies from January 2015 to March 2023, because AI is quite rapidly advancing. So we thought beyond this would not be very suitable. And the keywords are all on this slide. So we used these keywords when we were searching for articles. And after screening, we finally shortlisted 65 studies for this review, partially because of time constraints, as well as we plan to elaborate this study further in future. So that time we'll include more studies and we'll also try to explore more databases. So the findings, these were the, we started organizing themes based on the articles we had reviewed and studied. And we finally categorized them into four main application areas. The first one is patient care, medical imaging, electronic health records, and healthcare operations. So these were the four application areas which came out of the themes that we had generated. And the most reported ML techniques were in these four areas were from they had used decision trees, support vector machines, and random forests, as well as logical regression. And among the DL techniques, the most used techniques were ANN, artificial neural networks, and convolutional neural networks, CNN. These were the most frequently employed techniques. And this is just a summary of the frequencies and percentages from from the themes which are generated from these application areas. So you can see that 35% was from patient care. From medical imaging, we had around 26% from these 65 studies, 65 articles, sorry. And EHR was around 20%, and healthcare operations was another 18.5%. And from patient care, what we found was that patient care was one of the core themes which emerged from this exploratory study. And for example, in one of the case studies or one of the studies which we had reviewed, Malo and Rahman, they had demonstrated the use of CNN to detect skin cancer with accuracy which was comparable to those of dermatologists. And within this theme, we also found 3 more compelling sub-themes. And these 3 sub-themes are what you're seeing on the screen: disease prediction, prognosis, predicting patient readmissions, and personalized medicine and drug discovery. So within this, machine learning techniques were used also for early detection on management of diabetes. Deep learning techniques were also used for cardiac imaging and ECG analysis for improving the diagnostics as well as risk assessment. And reducing, the second point was about predicting patient readmissions. So reducing patient readmissions is one of the core goals for healthcare professionals, so healthcare providers. And ML and DL algorithms, we found that they analyze various patient factors such as medical history, demographics, lifestyle, to predict the likelihood of readmission. So this predictive capability allows healthcare organizations to implement preventive measures, prepare personalized care plans, and targeted interventions. And for the third point, which is personalized medicine and drug discovery, we found that they can contribute to drug discovery by identifying novel targets and predicting drug responses. So this personalized medicine also allows or provides for an individualized approach that can actually revolutionize patient care by tailoring treatments according to the unique needs of every patient. So those were the 3 sub-themes within the patient care theme. And the medical imaging, the applications of ML and DL techniques in medical imaging, what we identified from this study was image segmentation and classification, for example, tumor detection, organ segmentation, and computer-aided diagnosis, radiology, pathology, and also image reconstruction and enhancement. And the last 2 themes were EHR and healthcare operations. EHR was mainly the 2 sub-themes which we found among the studies that we have gone through was predictive modeling, phenotyping, and patient stratification. And for healthcare operations, again, predicting patient readmissions and personalized medicine. This was also discovered in the previous theme. So this theme came up twice, the sub-themes came up twice within 2 themes. And the recommendations for future research, this is one of our, we also categorize this as a good finding because we managed to shortlist all the areas where the future researchers could be focusing. So especially we focused on the last 3 years articles, and we tried to shortlist all the recommendations for future research. So the future research directions, for example, they could focus on methodologies for ensuring data quality and standardization, because especially when it comes to healthcare data sets, incomplete data, missing data is an issue. So this is one area for future research. The complexity of DL models also limits their interpretability, because healthcare practitioners the results, especially when it comes to AI. And so this is another area where there could be future research. And there is also a need for developing more transparent and explainable models, which is crucial for development in clinical settings. So these were the 3 main recommendations, but we have a few other recommendations as well, especially about the ethical and legal concerns, because when it comes to patient privacy, data security, algorithmic bias, all these issues have to be addressed. So these are all areas for future research. And we also expect that the future researchers would explore ways of addressing these concerns, especially by developing privacy-preserving ML and DL techniques. So these were the future research directions which we managed to shortlist based on the systematic analysis. And finally, coming to the conclusion, this is an exploratory systematic review. So we didn't really conduct any experiment, or we did not prepare any model. But I think this is a good starting point. That's what we thought, especially considering the amount of research that could be done in future. So the exploratory systematic and DL applications has revealed significant progress in patient care, resource optimization, healthcare efficiency. And we believe that these techniques have produced promising results in main areas, especially when it comes to healthcare resource optimization, disease diagnosis, prognosis, and personalized medicine. But there are a few challenges and limitations that also have to be addressed to ensure the successful integration of these techniques. These issues include data quality, standardization, model interoperability, and ethical concerns, as I mentioned before, and interdisciplinary collaboration between computer scientists and healthcare management professionals. And this is only a selected list of references. The complete list is in the paper. And thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. But as I mentioned, this is an exploratory review. So really, there are not significant experiments or models that we have actually generated from this.
Very nice presentation, sir. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Very nice presentation, sir. I am very excited to listen your presentation. Actually, this is very good work and very useful to how to the healthcare management real-time working efficiency in current way, sir. All survey based and experimental based is very informative. And once again, thank you very much, sir.
Thank
this
you,
is
sir.
Useful for us. And you are an eminent professor in one of the topmost university in USA. I extremely thank you. And, many more, no more questions from my answer. Why? Because your knowledge limit is universe. I am just like learner. I know, sir. This is a good opportunity to learn from your answer.
Definitely, sir. This conference was really nice. I've been following up the technical sessions, and it was quite impressive.
Yes, sir.
So I'm quite glad to be part of this.
Sir, in near future, we are planning to conduct a conference in offline mode. Will you come, sir, from USA?
Definitely. I come to India twice a year, so if I can try to find time. Usually, I come to India during
Maybe we are
Christmas.
planning to conduct conference November, sir. Will you come, sir, that time?
Okay.
November
might be a
17th,
bit tough because December. Actually, November we have our semester, but I do usually come to India in December. I usually come in summer as well as December. November might be a bit tough, but I'll try.
Yes, sir. If you possible to give the presentation on in online mode, sir, possible?
Yes, online is for sure, but I'll definitely try because we have conference funding. So if my funding gets approved, I'll definitely visit. So it will be a great opportunity to meet you all in person.
We are planning to invite you, sir. Actually, you are working as a international university. In the way, I'm asking you, like, sir. One more thing, sir. You are Telugu people.
Definitely, sir.
I'm very much proud to be an Telugu.
I'm from Visakhapatnam, so I have stayed for quite some time in Vijayanagaram.
Yes, sir. I am also staying in Visakhapatnam, sir. We are
I'm from Andhra University.
So. Yes, sir. Me also Andhra University people.
Bachelor's from Andhra University.
Yes, sir. My also bachelor degree from Andhra University, sir. Arunachal also there, sir. He is good researcher. Arunachal.
I am the student for Arunachal. I am the student under Arunachal, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, recently he.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know him. Yes, he's very popular, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a doubt on your project. Can I ask you that? Can I ask you, sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, actually, what the thing is, you have deal with some theoretical algorithms. You are not going to touch any statistical algorithms, and you are not proposing any architecture or any models. How come you know that these algorithms will be helpful for this medical management? How can you, define this one, sir? Because
Yes, sir.
it is
Because this
already
was mainly based on a system. Yes, sir. So what we had done was we had categorized the 65 studies, and we went through each one, and we saw what techniques they were using in those studies, and so we made basically a short list. And this short list was mainly categorizing the themes. For example, what algorithm did they use? What problem did they study? What is the level of accuracy? Which model they have used? So based on that, we came through this conclusions.
but
So we had
nowhere you
done.
have not given any comparison analysis reports,
That
sir.
means
That's
Raman Babu sir, Raman Babu sir, see, sir give the only qualitative review and statistical information through the exploratory way, and how to they are conducting the statistical approach to evolutionary data exponential way. See,
okay.
sir gives the only not in a ordinary way. See, he works on exploratory an exponential data statistical model.
Okay,
This is
okay,
no
sir.
need to
Yes, sir.
implement
But you have made a
algorithm.
good point, so I'll
No,
definitely include this. And when I
no.
submit the
Actually, what the
revised
thing,
paper,
sir?
I'll make sure I address
Actually,
this.
1 second, sir. Actually, I'm not interrupting you, sir. What according to my knowledge, means I'm not. I mean, I have a limited knowledge on this, but I want to share this one, sir, with you, because I'm also working on
Yes, yes, no
bioinformatics.
problem.
One of the part in my
Okay, I'll include,
research
sir. I'll
one of
include this the points you have said, and in the revised version of the paper that I submit, I'll make sure I address this point which you have raised.
Yes, sir. Because in all papers I have seen these all algorithms, they are addressing same things, same things. Uh, I'm searching for
Yeah.
that. What you going to give the analysis reports? It will be helpful for us. I mean, okay, this
Yes, yes.
algorithm not belongs to only one part. This can also will be applicable for another
Mhm.
part, and this is also universally applicable.
Exactly.
Like this, we can come to. I mean, we are the juniors for you, and we will come to know that these algorithms also useful for these things.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what I convinced. I want to convey that.
I'm very much
And even,
impressed, you sir. Your work is truly exponential. I thoroughly
and we are very glad, and we are
very
very
glad
honored
to
you are
meet you,
in
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
participating in this
It's
conference.
very nice meeting
Sir,
all of
one
you.
more thing,
We
sir.
got,
We are connecting conference in November. In publication
Okay.
platform is Springer Nature SN Computer Science Journal, sir.
Okay, excellent.
We are expecting the more from papers from your end and university also. If you possible
Definitely, sir.
to,
Definitely.
if you
I'll
possible
promote this
to,
anyone in my university.
why we are not working, sir? Working together. Already, I'm sending.
Actually, I participated in the first conference as well. So this is my second conference with ICMLBDA. Last year,
Yes.
actually, my student presented a paper.
Yes, sir. In the way we are continuously work together, sir. We are planning to work like project sharing, project planning, and our publication
Definitely.
along with your author. Me are also author, along with um, we are plan. We are. I am expecting more knowledge from your end, sir.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
thank you, sir.
Surely,
Thank you.
please interact with me, sir. Nice presentation,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
I'm very feel happy to interact with you, sir. You are such a big professor and working as a
No, I'm not
professor
actually. So,
reputed institution in the USA. Thank you very much,
Obviously,
sir.
we won't match your knowledge, sir. But what the thing is,
no,
we
it's,
want to
We
grab,
want
it was
more things from your
still
we
end,
learning
sir.
want
as
to
well.
grab some knowledge from your
Thank you,
side.
sir. Thank you.
And moreover, remember our name, sir. Obviously, in future, we will
Definitely.
contact you and we will do collaborative work with you, sir.
We are sir. We are
Yes, sir. Yes,
expecting
sir.
the
Definitely.
projects from your end, sir. We are working. We want to learn
Definitely, sir. We'll
more
definitely
working from
collaborate
your end,
to,
sir.
we'll exchange emails and we'll start seeing where we can do next.
Yeah,
Sure,
sure.
sir.
So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
It's a
extremely. Thank
honor.
you very much, sir.
It's a honor,
It's an
sir.
honor to
We are very
present
glad.
with you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much, sir.
So,
Namaste, sir.
no, sir.
Sir, thank you. You can leave, sir. Next will welcome. Rose, sir.
వాడేం చిన్నపిల్ల కాదు బాబు యుఎస్ లో పెద్ద కూర్చోడు
All are recording, sir.
ఎస్ Recording, okay.
Okay. Leave it, Chalta.
Next.
Next person is coming.
Name mention చేయండి.
Names are not there here. Only paper ID I have got the details. That's
Name
what I
ఉండదు
call.
తమ్ముడు. మీరు ఎక్సెల్ షీట్ ఓపెన్ చేయట్లేదా?
అన్న రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది అంటున్నారు కదా, మళ్ళీ అట్లా మాట్లాడుతున్నావు.
రికార్డ్ ఓపెన్ చేయట్లేదా? ఎక్సెల్ షీట్ ఓపెన్ చేయట్లేదు మీరు?
లేదు, యాక్చువల్ గా ప్రకాష్ అన్న ఇచ్చేసారు. ఓకే.
హలో,
విజయ్ సార్ బాగున్నారా?
నమస్తే సార్.
నమస్తే, బాగున్నారా?
బాగున్నాను సార్, మీరు?
మీరు బాగున్నాం.
ఓకే, ఈరోజు యా
సార్ టెల్ మీ సార్.
I'll be sharing the PPT. Wait.
Yes,
sir. Initially introduce yourself, sir.
Yes, sir. Give me just
can you share
2 minutes. Yes, sir. I'm sharing the entire screen here. Hope it is visible, sir.
Yes. Please ignore.
Yes,
please
sir,
hide. Please hide.
Yeah, make it
Please wait,
big
sir.
screen.
Yeah, I have been.
Please wait, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you continue, sir.
Yeah, fine. So, good evening, all. This is J. Vijay Chandra. I'm a research scholar under the supervision of Dr. Shanti Behera and Dr. Lingraj Dora. They are from Department of EEE at Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology, Burla, Odisha. So my presentation is on the paper Integration of Renewable Energy Systems into Utility Grid with Power Quality Issues, Mitigating Devices and Control Algorithms. So the major focus of this particular presentation is on renewable energy systems and how actually we are going to integrate the same thing into the utility grid. So I'll tell you what actually the things are all about in this particular presentation, and how we are going to integrate these renewable energy systems, especially the solar energy systems, into the grid, and how we are going to get the power here, and what are when you are going to integrate these particular renewable energy systems into the grid, what are the power quality issues we are going to have, like in the case of bugs in computer science terminology. So in our electrical engineering, how we are going to verify, how we are going to, what are the different kinds of issues we are going to get when a solar energy system is going to be integrated towards the grid at the end. And as we are getting some kind of issues, obviously there will be some kind of mitigating devices to be employed, so where we can elevate or mitigate all the kind of power quality issues. So my abstract and then the introduction followed by grid connected PV systems, how I'm going to connect a renewable energy system toward a grid. And see here, the renewable energy systems, what I'm going to consider is considered is a PV system, that is photovoltaic system, and how we are going to get the power quality, how we are going to get a proper power quality, and what are the different mitigation techniques we are going to be implemented over here, and followed by the conclusions and the references. Now coming to the abstract, so this is what the major area which I have already introduced here in the first slide. So I'm just focusing on a renewable energy system, and that renewable energy systems, among all those renewable energy systems, I'm just focusing on solar energy. The reason, we all know the solar energy is abundant in nature, and sunlight is like, we can expect the sunlight throughout the day at larger extent. So what actually I'm going to do here, I'm going to integrate this particular renewable energy system into the utility grid. So where I can transfer the power from this solar energy system to the grid. So that is what the major intention. But at the same time, when I'm going to integrate this solar energy system to the utility grid here, So obviously we are going to get some kind of power quality issues. That means there will be lack of power quality. So the quality of power is going to be less or reduced or diminished when we are going to integrate this solar energy system to the power final grid. So my focus, my research, my paper is all about giving you how actually we are going to mitigate the power quality issues, and what are the power quality issues we can go through, and how actually we are going to mitigate the power quality issues, and what are the different control algorithms we are going to consider. Sir, is it audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So how we are going to what are the different control algorithms we are going to take into consideration in order to mitigate or elevate these power quality issues? That is what the major area which I would like to address in this particular presentation. So as I have been addressed on power quality, what is this power quality, why we are saying it as power quality, or why I'm going to stress more on power quality. So means like if you have no power, if you have no quality of power, we cannot get a proper power at the sending end or the consumer end. So where we can have lots of fluctuations, lots of things, lots of unwanted things at the consumer end. So obviously it will result in different disturbances in the entire power system network. So that has to be reduced, that has to be elevated, and for that elevation of these so what we are going to do, we are going for implementing different mitigation techniques, different mitigation algorithms, so that we can elevate these power quality issues to the maximum extent, where we can make our system free from power quality issues. That is what the focus area. And see, what are the different mitigation devices, and what are the different algorithms which we can take into consideration in making this power quality, in making the power system network, what actually we are considering here with less power quality issues, or I can say with free from power quality issues. So what are the different algorithms we can go through? But before going through this, what I am saying you right, I would like to connect, or I would like to integrate. So this is what the integration here. Let me go with the laser pointer here. So this is what the integration. So I'm going to consider a PV panel, and this PV panel I would like to connect to the grid. So whatever the output we are going to get from the PV panel, that is voltage and current, I'll be considering it to a maximum power point system, and where a boost converter can be obtained, and then the inverter. So these many number of stages I'm going to perform in order to make this PV panel directly to be integrated to the grid. We cannot go with this particular. We cannot go with this. We cannot go directly with PV panel to the grid. The reason is what the output we are going to get from the PV panel is DC, but for grid we have to connect an alternating current. So that's the reason we have to connect. We have to go with this particular arrangement. The reason is what this DC to DC converter will convert DC to DC, and this inverter will convert the DC into AC, where the AC alternating current will be given as a input to the grid. So this is what the arrangement. But as I told you before, this kind of arrangement will definitely provide you some kind of issues at the end, and those issues is your power quality issues, and this is what the power quality. So that's the reason I have been provided some kind of issues here. So issues are like voltage sags, and voltage fluctuations, long duration voltage variations, power frequency variations. So these are some kind of common issues we can come across during the integration of any kind of renewable energy system, especially especially the solar panel, what I have been considering this particular paper. So what are the mitigation techniques I can go through? That is what important. So as I have told you, power quality. The power quality is directly concerned with voltage and current here. So power is a product of voltage and current. So the power quality is just having a proper focus on the voltage and current quality.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is it Chandra?
Yes. Yes, sir.
You belongs to which department?
Sir, I'm from electrical department. Sir.
Okay.
Can I, sir? Can I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So So these are some kind of devices, mitigation devices, what actually we have been provided in order to make this voltage to be get improved. But the major focus is on. But I'll show you one thing. The major focus is on the defect control algorithms in which the fuzzy logic and ANN, which comes under the area or platform of artificial intelligence. So this is what the major focus. And my research is just going on. I'm just developing the models of this fuzzy logic and ANN as the control algorithms in order to make the power system network to be free from the power quality issues. So how actually what are the how actually I'm going to provide this ANN and fuzzy logic. So this is under my research things. The research is going on. So this is what the overview I have been gone through till now. So the algorithms I have been studied, and now my research is just based on this AI based control algorithms, where I'm going to provide different inputs as an error, change in error to the fuzzy logic and rule based systems. I was just going through, and differentiation process I'm going through in order to make the controller in an effective manner. And similarly, the same thing is going to be completed for given for ANN2 artificial neural networks, where I can elevate or mitigate the PQ issues. So some kind of I have been provided you some more mitigation techniques of power quality. These are what some kind of applications I have been provided. So what I can conclude is, so whenever we are going to provide any kind of renewable energy system to the utility grid, so obviously we should be in the position of having a proper having a proper idea, or having a proper idea over how actually we are going to mitigate the issues which are going to be obtained after integrating the same thing to the grid. So here, out of many renewable energy sources, I have been considered the solar PV energy system, and that solar energy system is going to be connected to the grid, where I have been focused on developing different kinds of controllers, especially major focus is on AI based controllers. I'll be going AI based controllers, so where I can minimize the issues here. So this is what I would like to tell you, and some part of references I have been taken. Thank you.
Vijay Chandra.
Yes, sir.
So what are the key challenges which are associated with this integrating renewable energy system, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Grid.
Yes, sir.
So particularly in terms of power quality.
Yes, sir.
In terms of power quality, what
Yes,
are the key challenges associated during this integration of renewable energy into utility grid?
Yes, sir. The major challenges are like fluctuations, sir. So we are not fluctuations in voltage and current. Actually, it's when we are going to provide some kind of voltage, when we are going to get some kind of voltage from the solar panel, and when we would like to integrate the same thing to the grid. So obviously, if the major challenge is what the fluctuation in voltage and current, which in turn we can say it as a power fluctuations in power. So that is what the voltage. So the fluctuations, like either the voltage may rise above the threshold value, or or it will go down below the threshold value. So these are kind of fluctuations. This is what the major challenge in which the research area is going all about.
Okay, have you conducted any experimental studies to validate this effect?
Sir, the simulation models has been developed, sir.
Power quality mitigation techniques.
Yes, sir. Actually, I was right till now. I have been developed one controller that is proportional integral controller, and I was just checking the total harmonic distortion at the end in order to find out how much deviation is going to be get or obtained after integrating this solar panel to the grid. So the things are going on. The model has already been ready, and this is what the research is happening, sir.
Did you mention the paper?
Uh, I haven't mentioned. Uh, I have not mentioned.
You should
okay.
mention, right? And
Yes, sir.
one
Yeah.
more question.
Yeah.
In your listen the question first.
Yes, sir.
In your opinion,
Yes, sir.
what are the most critical considerations
Yes.
that utility grid operators should keep in mind when integrating this renewable energy system to ensure optimal power quality?
See, to ensure optimal power quality, the major thing is like what I said before, that voltage variations must be very less. That means what? Say that means what? I can say frequency variations. I can say frequency variations. So if we are going to control the frequency clearly, then everything can be controlled in an optimal manner, sir.
Are you sure?
As per my knowledge, I can say this frequency control is very important so that
Okay. All right. What are your potential future directions for your research and advancements in this power quality mitigation
Sir,
techniques for
yes, sir.
integrating
Actually,
this your renewable system into
yes, sir.
utility grid?
Yes, sir. As I told you, I'm working on these control algorithms, sir. This is what Fuzzy Logic and ANN, and also I was working on implementing different optimization algorithms in tuning the parameters of the controllers here. So my future research or my research is on developing some kind of optimization algorithms. Actually, sir, I have developed one algorithm, sir, that is called Yorker algorithm, and I just want to implement that algorithm towards my research area.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine, Mr. Vijay Chandra.
Yes,
What
sir.
about other participant? Shall start this?
Yes, sir. She is my supervisor. Actually, she was unable to attend due to some personal constraints.
Okay.
I'm her research scholar. I'm doing research, PhD under her supervision.
Okay, not an issue. Raman Babu sir,
Yes, sir.
shall we close this for
Yes.
Vijay Chandra?
Yes.
Vijay Chandra sir, what's your paper ID?
Sir, 131, sir.
131. Okay, Vijay Chandra, all the best.
Vijay sir.
Please ensure
Yeah.
your
Super,
Yes,
sir. Your presentation also too good.
Thank you,
I'm
Bosubabu, sir.
expecting you are the best paper award, maybe best paper award or best student paper award. Maybe you are expecting.
I'm very happy, sir. Actually, I'm very happy for the questions which have been posed by the previous person. I don't know what is his name, but I'm very happy, and Prakash, sir. Okay, okay, fine. Thank you. That last question was an excellent one, which I have been. I have to think of that particular thing too, and
yes.
according. But anyhow, it's a good experience for me. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay,
you can
sir.
listen.
You can leave, sir. Next person will.
లాస్ట్ లో ఎందుకు మాట్లాడడం ఇంకా లీవ్నే
Babu, both of Sambana, Miru. What about, okay, we'll talk. You please don't turn on mic, right? Cams. What's your paper ID? Aulas Ravan Reddy.
200.
Sorry, 200.
Is this the paper ID?
Sir, Prakash sir, one more thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please open your Google Sheets, sir.
Sir, we are doing
Please
that's
open your
not issue. We are maintaining, sir. Sir, let them continue session. Yes, Ravan Reddy, please turn on your.
Yes, sir. Ravan Reddy, please share your PPT. Please share your PPT.
Because time is running out, right? Already.
Okay, sir.
Make it as soon as possible, man. Yeah.
Yeah, what is your paper ID? It's 200, sir.
200. It's a 200.
Okay. Share your PPT. So is my PPT visible, sir?
Not yet.
Not visible.
Please
share
look at it.
PPT.
Is it visible now, sir?
Yeah, it's visible. You are sharing the screen, man. You are not sharing the PPT. When you click on the up arrow button, you will find your entire screen, a window, a tab. Please click on a window, not entire screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Don't panic. Take your
Okay.
time.
Okay.
What happened, Shravan Reddy?
Sir, when I'm clicking on a window, sir, is it okay
See,
now?
you didn't open the PPT. First, open the PPT in your laptop.
Okay, sir,
Open
it's
your
open now.
PPT.
Please click on your PPT, then it will be shared. Okay.
You are sharing your. You are opening your screen. You open your PPT. You prepare your PPT.
Yes, sir. So when I'm clicking on a window, my PPT is not showing. My PPT is already open.
Please share entire screen.
Okay, sir.
You are stop. You open the screen and click on your PPT, then it will visible.
Sir, now I'm sharing a total screen.
Yes.
And here is my PPT.
Yes, yes, open.
Open the PPT. Yes, it's open. Okay.
Please wait.
Okay.
Prakash, sir.
You belongs to BTech or MTech?
BTech, sir.
Okay, okay. Please, before entering to the conference, you should know how to present the PPTs and those and all. You should come to know, right?
Yes, sir. But basically, we use Teams here, so I'm new to Google.
Yeah.
Sorry for the
You belongs to
inconvenience.
which department?
Yes, go ahead, Mr.
Information
Srivas Reddy, go
technology,
ahead.
sir.
Yeah, okay. Continue
You
your
have only
PPT.
10 minutes. Try to finish your presentation within 10 minutes, right?
Okay, sir. Good evening to the honorable chairpersons. First of all, I want to thank you for providing me the opportunity to share my paper in the international conference.
Please share entire screen. Please share entire screen. Go to slideshow and open the beginning screen share. Open slideshow. Yes.
So my name is Arunachal Reddy. My paper ID is 200. The title of the paper is Predictive Analytics of Blood Donor Risk Assessment using Machine Learning Methods. And coming to introduction, nowadays blood donation plays a vital role in saving lives of humans. In blood donation, person can donate only if the recipient blood group is accepted. In blood donation, there is a possibility of transferring diseases along with the donor blood, and there is a possibility of risk where a patient can affect with the disease, or in some cases, a patient may pass out. Our primary goal is to calculate the risk when blood is donated from donor to recipient. And I used a recurrent neural network and to complete this project. In recurrent neural networks, the patient previous medical history is stored to evaluate the position of the blood, that is blood health, when it is transferred from donor to recipient. And I use linear regression to classify and to classify the details of donor and recipient from the data set. And I took advantage of scientific functions from NumPy library to achieve this task. And I developed this total project in the Jupyter notebook. And here is the data set for our project. This is a unique project. So we did not find the data set. So we created our own data set with around 5,700 samples. In data set, the data contains patient ID and donor blood group, recipient blood group, and diseases like cold, flu, fever, HIV, and AIDS in both donor and recipient. And also for training of our model, we added the risk. We added the example risk to train the model. So this is a project flow. Data is collected and stored as a CSV file. In the data pre-processing, we removed the outliers and we manually fill the missing data. And in data, we also plotted some graphs for risk versus count and the importance of disease in the model prediction. And next, feature extraction. Here we divided our data into dataset into training dataset and testing dataset. We took more samples for training dataset. For testing, we took considerably less to increase the accuracy of the model, and we applied RNN machine learning algorithm to achieve this task. And we also evaluated our model, and we got our model accuracy about 78%. And we also trying to improve it because when we use RNN, there might be possibility of outliers. So with a better data set, we can boost our model accuracy to 95%. And we predicted the best donor for the given recipient. And what we have achieved in this project means we are choosing the efficient blood donor for blood donation so that patient, the risk in blood transfusion is decreased. And we attained the healthy blood for operations and surgeries. In surgeries mainly, if the blood, the donor blood has any diseases, or if it has if the donor blood has sugar or BP, it might be a case in failure of the operations. So we achieved we achieved a good blood prediction to support the surgeries. And in future, we are also trying to implement image processing, where we take blood sample images from donor and recipient. So from directly the blood sample images, we can predict the diseases in the donor and the possibility of the disease transfer also when the blood is transfused from donor to recipient. And we are planning to integrate with some healthcare systems in blood banks and blood transfusion centers to make our project helpful to others. And from the data set, I plotted the bar graph for risk versus count. Here, the risk is in the x coordinate is the risk varying from 0% to 100% risk, and the count is varying from 0 to 300 people. So I will explain what this bar graph is showing. So for example, in the x coordinate 0 to 20, the risk percentage is from 0 to 20. So there are at most of 300 people and at least of 250 people in the risk range of 0 to 20. So likewise, similarly from 20 to 40, 40 to 60, and 80 to 100 also. So if importance of disease in the prediction is plotted here. So we are predicting the disease transfer from donor to recipient. So the diseases in recipient are not considered because diseases from recipient cannot be transferred from recipient to donor. So the only possible way is one way, donor to recipient. So the importance of diseases in recipients are in the negative, and for the donors are in the positive. So in the final result, when we run our model, we give input of recipient details like the recipient blood group and age, diseases, and age of the recipient. And the model will predict the best donor from the data set. In this case, the patient ID with 653 is the best donor for the given recipient. So in conclusion, nowadays blood donation is very useful, but precision in the blood donation is also as much as important, because with less precision in blood donation, there might be a possibility that the recipient might incur diseases while transfusion. So this project will definitely help in many surgeries where blood is transfused in the importance. So for understanding the blood behavior, I took some references from America Blood Organization, and to understand the RH factors, I took some information from testing.com, so that to build our model so that we can use the accurate algorithm. So thank you for giving this opportunity. I'm very thankful for presenting this in the international conference. Thank you, sir.
Sound Reddy, how did you get data for testing and training?
Sir, actually, our data set is a novel data set, sir. We have prepared our own data set using randomized function, because for this project, there is no data set already available. This is a new project in the machine learning. So in splitting into training and testing data set, so I took patient ID from 0 to around 4,000 for training data set, and from 4,000 to 5,670. Sir? Sir, is it audible? Am I clear, sir?
Sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, please continue. You are audible.
So I took nearly 4,000 samples for training dataset in order wise from 0 to 4,000, and from 4,000 to 5,700, I use it for testing. And with an accurate dataset, we can we can directly deploy this model with some with more training dataset. We can deploy it into any system.
Why can't you go for deep learning? Why you choose machine learning itself?
Sir, in my undergraduation, I was focused in the machine learning part. So while I was thinking about the algorithm to be used, I found RNN is very comfortable and it has more accuracy in predicting.
But
So
most of the most of the projects are going to tell that instead of using machine learning, deep learning will give the exact results when compared to machine learning.
yes,
right?
Yes, sir. I will definitely look into using deep learning algorithms also, sir. And basically, I tried using multiple machine learning algorithms like multi-layer perceptron also to train the model. With all the algorithms I used, I found RNN as the best. I will look into deep learning algorithms also, sir,
Yes,
to make it
okay.
more accurate.
Okay. Since you are a BTech, it's a good project, and it's your research, and you should do further. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm planning to improve this project with image processing, including the image processing in the project also.
Yeah. All the best. All the best.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, screen sounded. You can leave, right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Ranbab sir, just permit the next person.
Yeah.
Post in the group.
Yeah. Give me some time. Hi Padma, we are waiting for since 5 minutes. Where are you? Hello Padma.
Madam, your voice is not audible. Please.
Hello Padma.
Hello. Is it paper ID 003?
Yes, Patnaik sir, it is 003.
Okay, how many games?
Please F5. Please click on F5, madam. Please click on F5.
Ma'am, make it full
Madam,
screen, ma'am.
please click on F5. Or go to slideshow. Padma madam.
Sir, once right, she was not in, I think she had a problem with mic.
Just a moment. Ma'am, can you hear our voice?
Patnaik sir, maybe she had a problem with mic. Wait.
Please unmute your mic, madam.
It is already unmuted, right?
Please unmute your mic.
Just a moment, boss sir. Just wait.
Please wait.
Hello.
Mm,
That's it. Unmute చేసినా. Okay.
Ma'am, please make it full screen, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. చేస్తున్నాను సార్ చేస్తున్నాను చేశాను సార్ ఎస్ సార్ ఓకే సార్ సార్ మరి నా వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా సార్
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, audible. It's audible.
క్లిక్ చేశాను సార్ క్లిక్ చేశాను సార్
This is your first slide.
సార్ అలాగే సార్ అదిగోండి సార్ ఫ్రమ్ బిగినింగ్ అనేది ప్రెస్ చేశాను
There is a button, bottom line, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth one, just to put slideshow, ma'am. Click on fourth one. Beside that 81%. There is a button, right? Slideshow button. The bottom right hand side.
81 చూస్తున్నాను సార్ సార్ 81 అవును సార్
Madam, beside left to 81%, there is a button, right?
సార్ ఓకే
Next one, madam. Right.
ఇదిగోండి సార్
Madam, fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth button. Yes.
చేశాను సార్ ఒక నిమిషం రీడింగ్ వ్యూ సార్
Ma'am, don't worry. Ma'am, don't worry.
అది క్లిక్ చేశాను సార్
Please
Okay,
calm,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Please continue.
Please
Please
calm,
continue,
ma'am.
madam.
No worries.
Madam, you continue, madam.
Please calm. Please calm.
Good evening to one and all. I, KUV Padma. I am working as assistant professor in Diet Engineering College. Now I am going to give a presentation on a decentralized and intelligent approach for suspicious event detection in surveillance range. As the world becomes increasingly concerned with the security, a massive amount of surveillance data is being generated by security systems. So this data generated on a daily basis, it poses challenges for companies looking to store and process it efficiently. Here, one major concern is the security of data being exchanged across devices. And here we are using two techniques. One is blockchain technology and IPFS. Here, large files consume a lot of bandwidth to upload and download over the internet. And these large files can be benefit from using IPFS technology. So IPF has many advantages. And there are security and access control problems, including a lack of traceability in how files are accessed. Actually,
Ma'am, move to second slide.
it possesses a novel technique, a new technique that augments IPFS with blockchain technology to provide a transparent trail.
Ma'am, slides.
Using blockchain as a service
Ma'am.
that we
Padma
can
madam, you are-
provide a
Ma'am.
clear
Padma
path to
Slide.
track
Madam,
all
madam.
activity related to a
Madam.
specific file.
Madam.
This approach can enhance
Hello,
the
madam.
security and integrity
Arey
of the
now
data
call cheyandi.
and increasing confidence in the surveillance
White
of the
House రాస్తున్నట్టు
system's
ఉన్నారు.
ability to operate effectively. And
Madam, your voice is not.
hello,
Madam, your PPT slides are not moving, madam.
then నేను ఫస్ట్ స్లైడ్ ఇంకా చెప్తున్నాను సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే
ఫస్ట్ నాది ఆడిబుల్ వినిపిస్తుందా?
వినిపిస్తుంది సెకండ్ స్లైడ్ కి రండి. ఫస్ట్ స్లైడ్ అయిపోయింది.
ఓకే ఓకే.
అసలు ఫస్ట్ స్లైడ్ ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది, సెకండ్ స్లైడ్
Madam,
ఓపెన్ అవ్వట్లేదు.
first slide లో
సార్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్
decentralized wrong,
పెట్టాను
ma'am.
సార్.
ఇక్కడ ఓపెన్ అవ్వట్లేదు. మూవ్ చేయండి.
మీరు సెకండ్ స్లైడ్ మీద క్లిక్ చేయండి మ్యామ్.
సెకండ్ స్లైడ్ మీద క్లిక్ చేయండి.
మీకు లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో పేపర్స్ కనిపిస్తున్నాయి కదా స్లైడ్స్, సెకండ్ స్లైడ్ మీద క్లిక్ చేయండి.
Here, over the past few years, techniques
Madam,
for
your slide is
safeguarding
not visible,
information
madam.
and preventing
madam.
unauthorized
Madam.
access to important data have
Hello.
evolved signification.
Madam.
In today's digital world, there is an
Hello.
explosion of information and making personal, important and sensitive data more vulnerable to security risks, such as data manipulation and centralized monitoring systems. Actually, centralized monitoring systems are the primary source of data, but they lack flexibility, reliability, and computing.
మేడం అసలు మీ
Hello.
స్లైడ్ ఏం మూవ్ అవ్వట్లేదండి. ఏం
Sir,
చెప్తున్నారు?
sir, introduction slide పెట్టాను సార్.
కనిపించట్లేదు, మూవ్ అవ్వట్లేదు. దాని మీద క్లిక్ చేయండి. సెకండ్ స్లైడ్ మీద క్లిక్ చేయండి. ఏం స్లైడ్ ఓపెన్ చేయండి, క్లోజ్ చేసి మళ్ళీ ఓపెన్ చేయండి.
క్లోజ్ చేసి ఓపెన్ చేయాలా సార్?
ఏం జరుగుతుంది చూడకపోతే ఎలాగండి?
No, sometimes it may happen, madam. Not an issue. Please close the PPT and once again open and share it, madam. Right.
యా ఇట్స్ కమింగ్ నౌ. మీరు పీపీటీ మీద పీపీటీ ఓపెన్ చేశారు మ్యామ్.
Now it is visible, ma'am.
Now it is visible and you continue, ma'am, please. Ma'am, are you there? Hey, Indra. Hello, ma'am. Are we audible? Padma, ma'am.
Madam, your slide is moving. Your slide is moving.
ఓకేనా? ఓకే.
ఓకే మేడం.
Please continue
మీరు
your
అక్కడ
PPT.
సెషన్ చైర్ చెప్తుంది వినండి. మీరు అక్కడ అంత 4 సెషన్ చైర్స్ ఉన్నారు. ఆ చైర్ చెప్తుంది, మీరు ఏం వినిపించట్లేదు అసలు. మీరే
నాకేం వినిపించట్లేదు సార్.
Please continue, ma'am. Please continue.
ఎందుకు వినిపించదండి? ఎంతమంది వినిపించి మీకు ఎందుకు వినిపించదు? వాల్యూమ్ హైట్ లో చేయండి, వాల్యూమ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయండి.
మేడం
Ma'am,
ఇంక్రీజ్ యువర్ వాల్యూమ్ మేడం.
ఇది చెప్పాలా ఏంటి ప్రెజెంటేషన్ లో? ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ప్యానల్ ఉంది కదా, చూసుకోవాలి మరి మీరు.
ma'am, మీరు
టూ ఐడీస్ లాగిన్ అయ్యారా, సింగిల్ ఐడి లాగిన్ అయ్యారు మేడం?
1 ID సార్.
ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది కదా. పని చేయండి, స్లైడ్స్ మూవ్ చేయండి.
క్లిక్ చేయండి మ్యామ్ ఒకసారి.
స్లైడ్స్ మూవ్ చేయండి. ఓకే, 4th స్లైడ్ క్లిక్ చేయండి.
4th స్లైడ్ సార్.
నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్కి వెళ్ళండి. మేడం స్లైడ్ ఓపెన్ అవ్వట్లేదు.
ఇదిగోండి సార్ నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ కి వెళ్ళాను సార్.
4th స్లైడ్ కి వెళ్ళండి.
లిటరేచర్ సర్వే 3 స్లైడ్స్ వచ్చింది సార్.
3 కాదు మేడం, 4th స్లైడ్ కి వెళ్ళండి. మీరు ఒక్కడే అరగంట తీసుకుంటే అవ్వదు మేడం, రాత్రి 11 అయిపోద్ది మిగతా వాళ్ళకి. ప్లీజ్ కంప్లీట్. ఓకే, కంప్లీట్ చేయండి మీరు.
ఓకే సార్. This is the literature study for IPF technology, blockchain IPFS, that is interplanetary file systems. Actually, here smart contracts are used for computer protocols that are capable of self-execution and self-verification without requiring human intervention. And the smart here mining is also used for security purpose. Mining is a crucial process in the Ethereum blockchain network, where 2 blocks are added to the blockchain. Here, the POW, proof of work methods to add blocks to the blockchain. Here, Bitcoin, Ethereum's algorithm in memory is intensive and is also known as Ethash, which is a modified version of the Hashimoto algorithm. In the blockchain, widely used in the financial sector and found to be beneficial in various non-financial sectors also, including decentralized supply chains, identity-based and document existence, Internet of Things, and decentralized storage. Actually, blockchain architecture has been developed for IoT, Internet of Things, which utilizes attribute-based encryption, that is ABA technology, to create data access control and address the problems of data privacy in IoT systems. In recent years, decentralized cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Zcash have become very popular with blockchain technology. A blockchain-based access control architecture is used for security of data platforms to address the privacy challenges that are more important in the presence of big data. Coming to proposed system, the interplanetary file system is a decentralized P2P hypermedia, and it is used for location addressed and content addressing, which generates a unique multiple hash address, that is 60 hexadecimal address for uploading file based on its content and node IDs. To transfer files on a private network and over the internet, and nodes can access local content offline by downloading from the network. Here, the node passing the contents hash can set the network for the exact file, and any node with a matching file will serve it, making the P2P network strong and resistant to server attacks. And here, the decentralized architecture and the addressing system makes a promising technology for applications in various areas such as cloud store, content delivery, and P2P communication. So here, I think the internet system is very similar to current use of internet in some aspects. And the URLs, that is Uniform Resource Locator for the web, is used for and it is used for videos and music on the blockchain in real applications. And the hash string is similar to a Uniform Resource Locator, that is URL for the web. As a result, here the encrypted file is stored in IPFS. When small contract is built into EVM bytecode and deployed on the Ethereum blockchain, it is necessary to record the contact address and application binary interface.
Are you there?
Hello?
Madam, presented.
Yes.
Currently, your slides is not moving, madam, actually. At least you have good system now. Okay, tell me. Please conclude it. I'm audible now. Madam,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
audible.
Yes,
Then-
sir. Audible, sir.
Then please conclude it, madam.
So here we are using smart contract systems there. Smart contract systems are like uniform resource locators that is used in or that is used as the internet process.
Next participations, please. Are you concluded, madam?
Yes, sir.
Then
Ma'am, please go to your first slide. Please go to your first slide, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
First slide, ma'am.
This is the first slide, sir.
Ma'am, you are not going to first slide, ma'am. You are at
Sir,
third
this
slide.
is the
Okay, whatever it may be, your title decentralized, ma'am.
yes, sir.
Please check the spelling mistake. It is a spelling mistake is there.
A decentralized and intelligent approach for suspicious
See,
events.
under decentralized, you getting red mark. Did you see that?
No, sir. It is not getting any red marks, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, carry. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Sir.
okay, madam. From my end is finished. No question from my end. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Next presentation, please.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Madam, please leave it now.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, your paper ID?
3.
3, sir.
Madam, please leave it now.
Yes, sir. I am leaving, sir.
Madam, please leave it now.
Yes, sir.
Please end
Please
your
stop
session,
sharing.
ma'am.
Madam, please stop sharing screen initially.
Amulya,
Yes, sir.
can you share your PPT, please?
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Is the PPT visible, sir?
Yes, please wait.
Ma'am.
Yes, it is visible.
Can I start, sir?
Yes, sir.
Pardon?
Ma'am, it's a third international conference, not second international conference.
Yes, sir. I'll just
Please go. Please go and correct it and back it again.
Don't worry, make it. It is a third.
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
You only one person is in a presentation.
Yes, sir.
What about the remaining?
Actually, they all are out of station, sir, so I'm the only one presenting.
Okay.
Right now we are not accepting now. without proper author's presentation, how can we?
Is it online? No, anywhere you can log in. No, it is online. No, if it is out of station, out
we
of
give
world,
only
anything.
one presentation certificate for you only. We are not giving certificate from all.
Yes, I have informed them. They said
Then
I can
we
go
don't
ahead.
accept anything, madam. First one, we don't give any presentation certificate from my hand. Only I will give you certificate from only for you only.
You guys for BTech or MTech?
BTech, sir.
Yeah,
Then
okay.
what? Are you busy now? Anywhere else?
No, sir. I'm on my internship.
Then what are you doing now? Evening session. Why are you not presenting here? All authors. Any other works is there in company?
Sir, I've informed the teammates, sir. They said I can go ahead with it, and they're fine with not receiving the certificate.
Okay, fine. You will only get the certificate.
You will only get the certificate.
Yes, sir.
Okay, carry on with your presentation and make sure that correction it's a third, not a second one. Okay.
Yes, sir. I corrected
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Share your PPT.
Please wait.
Can I start, sir?
Yeah, you carry on. You carry on.
Imagine a world where barriers are shattered and the visually impaired embrace boundless possibilities. Good evening, respected panel members. My name is Amulya and I'm a final year student doing undergrad from Geetham University, Visakhapatnam. And today I'm honored to present to you the topic that I believe holds the power to transform life: soft computing for visual recognition through audio for the visually impaired. Moving forward, I believe visually impaired individuals often face challenges in detecting obstacles and require assistance to avoid dangerous collisions. So in this research, we propose a novel object recognition algorithm and assistance system aimed to improve the safety and quality of life for visually impaired individuals. Our project utilizes devices, mobile phone or computers as a talking guide dog to aid in outdoor navigation and provide a real-time information about obstacles. As I mentioned earlier, vision is a fundamental aspect for human perception, allowing us to perceive the contrast, color, and navigate our environment. However, individuals with visual impairments face limitations in the ability to complete daily tasks that we find very easy. There are use of white canes and service animals that help to some extent, but I believe that there's a need for advanced technologies to enhance the mobility and independence. Well, coming to the literature survey, I went through papers starting from 2019 to 2022, and what I've observed that many of them were trying only with CNN and types of CNN, or they're trying with CNN and LSTM, or most of them were using the Raspberry Pi hardware component. Coming to my project, the technologies or the networks that I've used are the convolutional neural network. It is a deep learning algorithm that is specifically designed for processing the spatial data. As we know, the convolutional layers extract features from the input data, whereas the pooling layers that reduce the dimensionality and the fully connected layers classify the extracted features. And the CNNs that I have used are the VGG16 net, which is a benchmark model which has 16 layers, and we use widely in deep learning. Then I also went ahead with the ResNet, as this architecture allows us to train our data in thousands of layers, and this also addresses the vanishing gradient problem. Then I went ahead with the Inception Net, which is also known as the Google LayNet, as it employs multiple kernels simultaneously to extract the features from the images. And adding on to this, I went ahead with the exception net as it's an extension for the inception architecture and known for its superior way of processing the performance of image recognition tasks. And of course, at last, I tried with the mobile net, which is specifically designed for mobile and embedded devices, as it offers a low computing complexity. Then we combined the CNN with the recurrent neural networks that utilize the previous step's output as input for the current step. In RNN, I went ahead with the gated recurrent unit as the gated mechanisms make it easier for us to transform the information. They're much faster and more memory efficient than the long short-term memory or the LSTM. Coming to my dataset, I have used the Flickr 8K dataset. As my computational powers were limited, there were better datasets such as the Flickr 30K or MS Coco. But I did this project using the Flickr 8K dataset, which had around 8,091 images, and each image had 5 corresponding captions. Coming to how the flow of the project went is that first, from the database, we have taken the image and I resized it to 244 pixels. As for the captions, which the image had, I created a tokenizer and removed the spaces and unnecessary punctuations. Then a word to index and vice versa mapping was created. And when coming to creating the model, I used the train and test split using the train test split library on both the image path and captions. The data was split into 80 and 20, where 80% was for training and 20% was for testing respectively. And the encoder-decoder architecture was employed over here, where the encoder being the CNN responsible for the feature extraction, and the GRU model took the vectorized features that was the output from CNN and generated the captions. Then these models were evaluated using the BLU metrics. The same steps were done for all the CNN models, which I've discussed in the previous slide using the GRU. And each model, we used an epoch size of 25. As you can see over in the results, the best BLU score was given by the exception architecture being at 86%. As even humans, each one of us has different perceptions. So it's not possible to get... Can I go forward, sir?
Hello? Please.
Yes, sir. Can I go forward?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am, please. Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes. Yes, so as I was saying, the exception architecture gave us the best BLU of 0.86%. And this is the sample output where you can see that we have used the Google text-to-speech conversion for giving the output in the form of audio to the user. And in conclusion, I believe our research proposes an object recognition algorithm, an assistance system to enhance the safety and quality of life for visually impaired individuals by leveraging deep learning algorithms and mobile devices. We aim to provide a real-time information, and this is something we want to focus in our future investigation, where we can increase our data set and have better descriptions of what is there between the user. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Why you stop your presentation?
Sir?
Why you stop the presentation?
I think it got exited, so just a minute. So is it visible now?
No.
No, not yet.
I've shared it, sir.
Yeah, take to the first page.
Pardon, sir?
Yeah.
First page.
Yeah.
Okay. Chairperson, can you ask any questions? Is there any questions to ask this PPT?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Madam చెప్పండి.
How to make? Okay. Your name Amulya, right?
Yes, sir.
Amulya, nice PPT. Okay, nice presentation, and it's a good project to you. And it's your research project. Okay, as of now you are BTech, and so far you should go to.
How does this? Yeah. Please continue.
Yeah, sir. Continue. You can ask the question. Peter, sir, you can ask the question.
Yes. Let me just see the title. Ma'am, so what are the potential challenges while implementing this framework in real world scenarios?
So I believe the challenges could be, when the clarity of the mobile phone is less, like say there's too much of a bright lightning or there's no light at all. These are some drawbacks, and we can work on it if I can expand my data set by training it even in low light images.
Yes. Hello. Please listen.
Yes.
What is the slide on third ND? Third ND or third RD? No.
Sir, Miruna.
Because, madam.
Ma'am, please continue.
That, right?
Please just.
Yes, sir. So I believe the challenge would be a low clarity image, and even if the user's mobile device is not really supporting what we're deploying, that could also be a major drawback. So we should also check for the compatibility of the project with different.
This visual recognition through audio for visual inspired. In which scenario you are comparing these things? In which scenario?
Pardon, sir, I didn't get your question.
What the thing is, what was the project to you? Like visual recognition through audio for visual impaired, right?
Yes, sir.
In which scenario you are considering these things?
So let's say, I wouldn't say that visually impaired means completely blind, but they have a partial vision where they could operate their mobile phone through their voice commands, like how we use Google Assistant. So using that interface, when they're able to get on the app and just ask the Google Assistant or what is there in front of me, the picture will be captured, and that captured picture would be converted into a text, and the text is further converted in an audio output, sir.
In this, you are using that Google Assistant, right?
Yes, sir. Like the Google services are used.
Then why they go for your project?
So because this is
Without Google Assistant, your project will not work, right?
we need it for them to provoke the app, sir, because it wouldn't. It's not possible for them to navigate through the app on their own.
But so many apps were there, right?
Now you're
Which is
talking
linked
about
to the Google
the
Assistant.
Google for navigating
To the app, sir. You say, okay, Google, please take me to the following app, and it would open this the capturing app for this.
So without Google Assistant, your project will not be forward.
Yes, sir. I think that is something I can work on in the future.
Yeah, everybody will say like that only.
Because my resources are limited, sir. For right of now, with the knowledge I have, I did the best I could.
Yeah, other thing is what the project you're going to do, social awareness projects, that should be that should be like initial step. You
Yes.
have done all the external steps, but you don't go for the initial step. So initial steps, you are depending with another application. If that application is collapsed, your project will be collapsed.
Mm.
There is
Yes.
no use of with your project, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, are there any specific measures taken to ensure data confidentiality and integrity within your framework?
No, sir. It is actually not so protected.
Then how can it support persons, right? It can be
Yes, sir. This is
threatened, right?
yes, sir. That's a drawback.
Yeah. Then what are the next steps to overcome this kind of to resolve the drawbacks?
I believe this could be done by ensuring a security framework where the user's confidentiality is maintained. I think this is something we could do using the cloud services and such as the Azure or such services to provide security for the application.
What are the limitations for this data storage? Because it's the application for entirely for a telephone, right?
There wouldn't be anything disadvantage of storage, sir, because it is only for an instant where the picture is taken and the output is given. There's no need of storing the images in the device.
That means your application is auto detected as the pictures, and they will auto deleted, right?
Yes, sir.
You have mentioned that in PPT?
No, sir. No, sir.
So there will be like a storage purpose, right? Because you are mainly you are talking about the pictures, and mainly you are doing the project in machine learning. So we should require a database.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Without any database, you can't be train any data. First of all, you should store the data, and you should go for the training purpose, right?
Yes, sir. What I meant to say is, as it is already trained, this works even on real-time image. So like if I take any other image, once the model is saved and deployed, no matter what image I take from online or a real instance, it is able to give us the outputs, sir.
Okay.
Ma'am, these kind of processor, lot of processor available. What is the novelty of your research work?
Yes, sir. As I said, what I discovered through my literature survey was that most of them were using the YOLO for object detection, or they were just using CNN or
Yeah, you are
mass
using YOLO
CNN,
3
or
or
they
YOLO
used
5.
CNN.
Ma'am, just a moment. You are using YOLO. Which version you are using?
Yes. I'm using none of them, sir. That is the advantage of my project, because I'm not going for YOLO, and this is a true detection which is using CNN and GRU. And what I observed is many of them were using CNN and LSTM, which is not really necessary in their case, because using GRU reduces the computational time, sir. So that's the main advantage of this project. It is faster when we compare it with the CNN and LSTM architectures.
What is the recent paper you have studied for this research?
Yes, sir. The most recent paper I studied was in 2022 by Ying Wang, where they use CNN and
Oh,
mask
ma'am,
CNN.
just a moment, madam. This is 2023, right? You didn't get any
Yes, sir,
paper on this topic in 2023?
When I was doing the project, the latest papers that I could get was till 2022, which was available from the Google Scholars and websites. Because this was done in the month of January.
So you have taken the span of papers from 2022 to 2013, ma'am. Last one you mentioned.
Only one, sir. Rest of them were till 2019. One paper that I referred was from 2013.
So you worked for only 3 years, right?
Yes, sir.
So over to
Okay.
Raman Babu, sir.
Yeah, okay. As of now, you are BTech, and you should do forward research, and you should monitor your project, and go ahead with good research. And
Yes.
what you have done, it's very good, and it is very useful for the society.
Thank you, sir.
I hope it will be continued in future.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Amal,
Glad
you
to
can
meet
leave.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Is she a student, sir?
Student,
Yeah. Student.
Okay.
Retara students.
Okay, అయిపోయిందా ఇంకా ఉన్నాయా?
ఉన్నాయి 208.
Only last one, I think.
Hi, Aishwarya. Please, could you share your PPT?
Yes. Just a minute.
Yeah, no worry. Take your own time.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, ma'am.
Yes,
Can you make it bigger screen?
Can I start?
Click on hide.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My paper ID is 208, and the topic is a framework for secure database and similarity comparison in Android. The outline for the presentation is introduction, literature review, limitations of existing system, overview of secure database framework, modules implemented, flowchart and pseudocode for secure database framework, result and discussion, conclusion and references. Introduction. As we know, today's world is digitalization. It is about digitalization. Therefore, the use of mobile technology or smartphones has increased, and user data like contacts, important notes, all are stored on the mobile devices, as well as activities like online shopping, banking, data transfer. All this are done on the mobile medium. Therefore, there is a growth in the mobile technology, and huge amount of data is generated as a result of it. Mostly in mobile devices, Android operating system is used on a large scale. In Android, there are two types of applications. That is, one is inbuilt that comes with the device, and the other is the third party, which is designed by a developer. So the data in the database in Android is stored in SQLite database, and the Android database is a single user database. Because each device is used by a single user, so the data of a single user is stored in the device. There are different types of attacks that can be carried out on the mobile device, and the data and the user privacy can be invaded. So protection of the user data is a matter of concern. The secure database framework, which is designed, is a safe environment where the data is being protected and the data is encrypted and then stored in the database. A literature review. In this, we have reviewed different papers. That is the references first, that is, then the observation, that is secured architecture in Android database. Here, the AES encryption technique is used, but the limitation in this paper is the system works only for Android operating system. Next is the SQL injection attacks. In SQL injection attacks, the technique which is used in this paper is the validation and defense module to prevent attacks. But the limitation over here is this mechanism works only for web applications. Then third is the appearance similarity of Android application. In this, the technique used is feature extraction and similarity comparison. But the limitation here is the system is complex. Then we have application collusion and privilege applications. The technique here used is similarity checking and access privileged application detection. Here the limitation is requires more fine-grained rules to detect. Then we have the security of data on the lost device. Here the technique is DNA cryptography. DNA cryptography, like the biology and the cryptography together, it is used in DNA cryptography. But the limitation over here is the design system works for only offline data stored on the device. Then we have shared user identity. In this, two-factor authentication is carried out. Two-factor is like two things are considered, that the data which is shared by the shared user ID and which applications are accessing it to our check, and the app permission misuses the limitation over here. Then is the identity similarities in application. Here the technique Simroid framework is used. This method is not as fast and scalable. Next, we have the limitation of the existing system. First is the data stored in the Android database is in plain text format. Therefore, the data can be easily, if the data is being accessed by some unauthorized person, the data is easily available. So data encryption is required. Then the data encryption, efficient technique is required for data encryption. Then next is the data operations session time should be shortest, because the data will be encrypted. So the normal time then the for the plain data will be less, for the encrypted data will be more, but still it should be minimum. The application identity must be verified, and then colluding attacks and the SQL injection attacks should be avoided. This is the framework for the secure database framework. In this framework, we have 4 modules. First is the app authentication. Then we have database manager, identity verification, attack testing. In this, the demo application is the application that generates the data, which needs to be encrypted. And in the test application, we are going to check for the similarity comparison, signature verification, and that is the colluding attack, which will be considered. Modules implemented. App authentication. In app authentication, initially the secure database framework on initially installation, it will first authenticate by generating a key, which will be used for encryption of the data. Along with it, the fingerprint or the metadata of the application will be stored, which will be later used for similarity comparison and identity verification. Also, the PID, that is the process ID, are used to know which processes or the files are referred. This all will be done in application authentication. Then comes the database encryption and decryption. In database encryption, the encryption of the data will be done. And in decryption, whenever a database operation has to be performed, first the data will be authentication process will be checked, that is the keys will be retrieved. If the application is a genuine application, it will be checked, and then the database, the encrypted data will be decrypted. Then comes the identity verification. In identity verification, we have 2 parts, that is the signature verification and the similarity comparison. In signature verification, we are going to check whether a user ID is being shared. If the user ID is being shared or not, that is checked in signature verification, and whether they are signed by same signatures. And in similarity comparison, we are going to compare the metadata information of 2 applications to check if the 2 applications are similar. That is to check also the colluding attack will be checked over there in the similarity comparison part. In attack testing, we are testing colluding attacks and SQL injection attacks. In SQL injection, we have done some validation in the framework itself. So such attacks are prevented by the framework. This is the flowchart and pseudocode for secure database framework. First, we have the key generation. In key generation, on initial booting, the secure database framework will create a key KSDF. This key will be encrypted with a device-specific key, because each device is unique. This key will be encrypted with it. So we get a key KSDF. On each database for each database operation, we need encryption to be performed. And so for the first database operation, the KSDF, we have to get it. So it will be decrypted and it will return this key, the KDB app. This key is encrypted using the KSDF key, and then decryption will be done to retrieve the data. In the next step, that is the signature verification, the application metadata will be checked to check the application fingerprints, whether they are signed by same signatures, and the application user ID is shared. If it is shared or not, that will be checked. For similarity comparison, the metadata information will be evaluated to check if the applications are similar or not. This similarity is compared and the similarity score will be calculated. If the similarity score is 1, the applications are similar, and if the similarity score is 0, the applications are not similar. Then these are the experimental setup that we have used. The proposed system is developed using an Android Studio. JDK 1.6 and above are used for implementation. The database used for data storage is SQLite database, and this database is viewed using the SQLite viewer to view data in the application database. Next, these are the readings which we have taken for the database operation on the plain text versus the encrypted data. So for the plain data, the time required is calculated in milliseconds, and for encrypted data, and the operations on different data sets are databases are calculated. Then comes the average time on plain data versus encrypted data. In this, we have calculated the operation time for plain data as well as encrypted data, but the number of operations also are considered. Like for initial, the database will be created, so the create operation is carried out. Then comes the open and insert. In open and insert, the database will be open and the data will be inserted in the database in the encrypted format. Then comes the open, select, and complete, where we are when we will be checking signature verification and the similarity. We are going to open the database, select the metadata, and then we are going to compare to check if they are similar or the signature will be verified. So this is the third operation which will be carried out. This is the graph for processing time on plain data versus the encrypted data. Then the similarity comparison, we are comparing the similarity using the metadata of the application. So we have considered different test cases, how if it changes the data, the score changes. So first we are changing the package and the version. Then when the application is similar, the similarity score is 1. When we change only the fingerprints, the score is taken. When we change the cache size and the data size, the score is 0.7. And when the applications are dissimilar, the score will be 0. Thus, using this, we can check whether the applications are similar or not. And also, colluding attacks can be prevented as initially the data, we will check whether the applications are similar or not. Conclusion, the secure database framework performs application authentication, database encryption, decryption, identity verification, and attack testing. This system is enhanced because the data which is stored in plain text format will be encrypted. So the data will be encrypted. But in spite of the data being encrypted, the overhead on time required for the database operation is minimum. Then the identity of the application is checked in the framework using the signature verifications and similarity comparison. SQL injections are prevented by the framework by performing validations, and colluding attacks is prevented by performing the similarity comparison to detect similar applications using the similarity score. These are the references. Thank you.
Ma'am, are there any limitations or challenges associated with this proposed solution?
Yes.
So, I mean, how does you compare with the existing approaches?
So the application, the framework which we have designed, that is not published on the Google. Therefore, the data for applications which are inbuilt cannot be retrieved. It has to be first, we have to publish it on the Google Play Store, and then it will be working on it. Next is, it works only for Android database, not for other operating system, only for Android. And over here, we are just checking whether the applications are similar or not. Like two applications we are comparing, so to prevent colluding attacks. But you can enhance the system by not letting updated version installation before checking. The updated version has to be checked initially, and then it will be installed. So some additions can be done over there.
Okay, has this proposed approach has been implemented and tested in real world scenarios?
Yes, the application is tested, but as I told earlier, it is not licensed as the application needs to be licensed to get access to other applications. So we have created two applications, that is the demo application and a test application. In order to check first demo application for data encryption, we are using the data which will be generated, which will be encrypted using, and the test application is generated so that two applications are compared to check whether the applications are similar or not and colluding attack is prevented or not. For that, we have generated two applications.
So, are there any specific encryption algorithms employed in this proposed solution?
Yes, AES GCM algorithm is used in this proposed system.
Sorry?
ECM algorithm, Gallows counter mode application.
Ranbab sir?
Hi. Actually, could you take me to the first page, your title?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Could you make it a bigger screen, please?
Yes, sir.
One second. Yeah, we don't have any doubts regarding that because already one of the chairperson is asked regarding all the things. Just to take the screenshot, I have mentioned the first page.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you so
yes.
much.
Thank you.
And the way you are presenting is very good.
Thank you, sir.
And we are very glad you are in this conference.
Thank you, sir. Same here.
Yeah, we are hoping for the future and conference you are going to involve in this paper presentations.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can leave the room. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. అన్న ఏంటి లాస్ట్ 99 ఉంది ఇంకా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వలేదు.
తర్వాత రేపు చూద్దాం సార్, పెట్టింది సార్. చెప్తే మా పప్పు కూడా వస్తుంది.
సరే అయితే
మళ్ళీ మెసేజ్ పెట్టండి.
బోస్బాబు సార్
మళ్ళీ మెసేజ్ పెట్టండి.
సార్ నేను లీవ్ అవుతున్నా
సార్.
నేను లీవ్ అవుతున్నా, మీరు చూసుకోండి.
సార్ ఓకే సార్,
నేను లీవ్ అవుతున్నాను, మీరు చూసుకోండి.
లీవ్ అవడం పెట్టి ఉండే అయిపోయింది.
పెట్టాను, ఆడ రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వలేదు. 99 ఐడి అసలు అయిపోయిందో లేదో ఒకసారి చూడొచ్చు కదా.
నేను చూడలేదు, మీరు మార్క్ తీసుకునేది మీరే కదా.
ప్రకాష్ అన్న
అని అన్నారు. ఒక 2 minutes చూద్దాం, లేకపోతే వెళ్ళిపోతాం.
ఇంకెవరున్నారా?
పేపర్ ఐడి 99 నువ్వు పెట్టావు కదా లిస్ట్ లో, వాడు రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వట్లే.
వాడును నిన్న బ్రదర్ 138 నిన్న టి శ్రీనివాస్
ఆడే
రాసండి. గూగుల్ పెట్టేయండి.
138
138 నిన్న సెషన్. ఈరోజు
138 ఎక్కడ చెప్పేశారు? సెషన్ 2 లో చెప్పారా?
మరి పేపర్ ఐడి 99
బెటర్ టు స్టాప్ రికార్డింగ్. బోస్ సార్ రికార్డింగ్ స్టాప్ చేయండి.
దాన్ని ఎడిట్ చేయొచ్చులే అన్న, ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. మామూలుగా మనం ఎడిట్ చేయొచ్చు మొత్తం వీడియోని.
సో ఒకసారి